For countless generations, humans have shared stories of invisible yet deeply feared creatures, monsters, ghosts, and ancient legends. What if some of those stories held a grain of truth? Stick with us, because by the end of this video, you'll discover 7 mysterious creatures that blur the line between myth and reality. The first creature on this list is known as the rake. Described as gaunt and ghostly, it has long limbs, hollow black eyes, and a body that seems void of life. It never speaks, never attacks, it just stares. And that silence is what unsettles people most. Tales about the rake first appeared on online forums in the early 2000s. Witnesses told of waking in the night to find a motionless figure in the corner of their room. It wouldn't move or speak, but its gaze seemed to pierce through walls. Most sightings have been reported in North America, often near forests, abandoned structures, or lonely highways. There's no way to know when it will appear. People say they sense its presence, even before seeing it. Some claim it speaks with a voice no one recognizes, soft sounds without clear meaning. Others dismiss it as nonsense, while some believe it's a warning. Today, the rake has become an icon of internet folklore. It appears in indie games, videos, and countless fan stories. Its image never changes, silent, skeletal, and always watching. But while the rake stalks lonely rooms, the next creature rules an entire underworld. Its wings spread fear wider than night itself. The next creature emerges from the shadowed jungles of the ancient world, Camazotz. Its name translates to death bat, and the title is no exaggeration. Camazotz was revered by the Maya as a bat deity, linked to the underworld, ritual sacrifice, and the blackness of night itself. It was often depicted as a man with the head of an enormous bat, wings spread wide, and claws ready to tear through anything in its path. Some accounts describe it standing over 7 feet tall, with wings reaching 13 feet across, wide enough to blot out the sky. In Mayan tradition, Camazotz stood as the guardian of Xibalba, the realm of the dead. It was believed to snatch souls or sever a head with a single swipe. It appears in the Popol Vuh, the ancient epic where heroes are forced to face it in a life or death challenge. Its legend remains strongest in the lands of modern-day Guatemala and southern Mexico. Within sacred caves, archaeologists still continue discovering carvings and statues with bat-like faces and outstretched wings. Even today, Camazotz endures in tales and popular culture. It's not simply a demon, but a force of darkness embodying primal fear. Does such a creature walk the earth? Probably not, but as a symbol of human dread of the wild, the night, and the unseen, it certainly does. Camazotz ruled the skies, but the next creature dominated the depths below. Number 5 on this list is the megalodon, a prehistoric shark that could reach up to 60 feet in length. Its bite was powerful enough to crush a car, and its teeth were as large as an adult's hand. If it swam nearby, you'd never hear it coming. This predator is said to have hunted whales, dolphins, and even other sharks. Nothing in the sea could match its power. Fossilized teeth and spine remains have been unearthed around the world, from Europe to Australia, with frequent finds along the coasts of the United States, Peru, and Japan. Some of these teeth are so perfectly preserved they look almost new, fueling the question, could it still be alive? The name megalodon literally means giant tooth, a fitting description considering a single tooth could measure up to 7 inches long. Today, the megalodon lives on in films, video games, and speculative documentaries. Many still believe that something vast and ancient might still lurk in the deepest waters. Did the megalodon ever exist? Absolutely. And perhaps that reality, that it was real, makes it the most terrifying sea monster of all. Which of these creatures do you think might still be out there? Tell us in the comments before we reveal the next one. Few speak of it openly, but coastal fishermen know the name, the sea devourer. It arrives without splashing, without sound. It simply appears. Descriptions speak of an immense, shadowy silhouette, with skin smooth as a seal's, and no eyes, just an open mouth stretching across half its head. Some who claim to have seen it say it was the size of a bus, perhaps even larger. The first stories of the sea devourer trace back to legends from Scandinavia and the northern coasts of Canada. Fishermen spoke of boats disappearing in calm waters, no storm, no struggle, only silence, and then an empty horizon. The sea devourer isn't said to attack with fury. It rises silently beneath its target, and then the boat vanishes, as if the sea itself decided not to give it back. Today, the sea devourer rarely appears outside of fan theories, dark online discussions, and indie videos. Almost no one admits to witnessing it, and those who do offer few details. Does it really exist? Probably not. But the ocean is immense, with depths where light never reaches. If something waits there, it knows how to stay hidden. The sea devourer devours without sound. But the creature that follows drains life in a far more personal way. One victim at a time. At number 3 is the vampire. For centuries, the idea of blood drinkers lurking in darkness has terrified people around the world. They're often portrayed as immortal, with pale skin, sharp fangs, and an endless hunger for blood. But a vampire is more than a horror creature. It represents death, disease, and mysteries we can't explain. Its story traces back to ancient Babylon, but fear of them peaked in Europe during the Middle Ages. Villagers would dig up graves and drive stakes through corpses, hoping to prevent the dead from rising. One figure became legendary, Count Dracula, inspired by the historical figure Vlad the Impaler, a brutal ruler of Wallachia. Belief in vampires spread widely, though it remained most rooted in Eastern Europe. In the 18th century, Austrian Empress Maria Theresa even commissioned an official investigation into vampire cases, one of the first governmental inquiries into mythical beings in European history. Today, the vampire has evolved from terrifying monster to romanticized figure, though the unease persists. Perhaps it's because the idea of an undead, parasitic creature feels disturbingly plausible. Do vampires exist? Science says no. However, folklore, tradition, and fears rooted in our hearts ensure their legend will never die. Vampires stalk the night unseen, while our next monster roars through legend's twisted corridors, half man, half bull, and entirely feared. You've almost certainly heard of the next creature, the minotaur. Standing nearly 9 feet tall, with the body of a man and the head of a bull, it was said to prowl through stone halls, its footsteps echoing and its roar shaking the walls. The Minotaur's story dates back to the 13th century BC, during the height of Minoan and Mycenaean civilizations. Crete was then a powerful and feared place. There, the labyrinth was built, a prison for that cursed hybrid born from divine punishment. According to legend, Queen Pasiphae fell under a love spell for a bull, and from that union, a creature was born that could never roam free. It was confined to the labyrinth, an intricate complex built by the craftsman Daedalus. Young Athenians were sent as sacrifice, trembling, until the hero Theseus arrived with a sword and a ball of thread. He entered the labyrinth and emerged alone. Myths are rarely just stories. In the ruins of Camazotz, archaeologists have discovered frescoes of bull-headed figures, and the palace's many winding corridors resemble the labyrinth itself. Evidence of bull worship among ancient Cretans. Horn symbols, bull-leaping rituals, and ceremonial chambers suggests the legend sprang from these sacred practices. Did the Minotaur exist? Most likely not. However, the labyrinths we create in our minds, in our fears, and in our tales remain as real as ever. The Minotaur's labyrinth was built by human hands, but the final creature dwells in a maze carved by the earth itself, guarding secrets no one returns to tell. The last creature on our list is the groot slang. Outside South Africa, few have even heard its name. This creature comes from ancient legends and is described as a colossal serpent, up to 12 meters long, with an elephant's head and gleaming scales. Some call it the serpent with an elephant's mind. Legends claim it's highly intelligent, able to lure its victims with illusions and a chilling voice. Stories place the groot slang near the Orange River and in the deep caves of Richtersveld. It's said to guard chambers overflowing with gems, treasures no one has managed to claim. Those who've tried to reach them have never returned. The few who survived speak of an immense shadow and glowing eyes that pierced the darkness. According to myth, the groot slang was among the first creatures created by the gods, an unintended fusion of elephant and serpent. The gods tried to correct their mistake by separating them, but one groot slang escaped. Today, its story endures in tales of disappearances and local legends shared with adventurous travelers. Few admit to having seen it, but everyone knows to keep their distance. Does the groot slang really exist? Perhaps it's just a myth. Or maybe, deep within a hidden cave beneath South Africa, something ancient still guards its treasure. And that ends our journey, for now. If these legends sparked your imagination, hit like and subscribe so you won't miss the next secret waiting to be discovered. Explore our other videos where more mysteries await your discovery. Until next time.